In today's video, I'm going to share with you the 3 different ways that you can connect with Archangel Chamuel. Now, before we get started, I want to share a little bit about Archangel Chamuel and talk a little bit about how I see his energy and also how he's here to support us. Now, for me personally, I have always seen Archangel Chamuel in a more of like an orange tone. And I also know that for people in general, there is kind of like a spectrum of colors that comes through for people, ranging from more of like a pinkish tone all the way to orange or even red. So anything within that spectrum of colors, that is Archangel Chamuel. Inside of the Archangel Oracle card deck, I have depicted him as orange, as you can see. And you can also see that in his card, he is associated with the next steps being revealed, which is a huge part of Archangel Chamuel and how he supports us. He is here to support us in making decisions that are aligned to our soul's truth, to our purpose, to our highest potential. He's also here to help us to get into action. He supports us with being able to, take actionable steps, not to just think about things, but to also be practical and understand what is the next step that makes sense. What is it that I need to do to put into action to start moving forward? And the other thing that Archangel Chamuel supports us with is our creative energy. And just as you see that beautiful orange that I described that I see him in, that is very much connected to the sacral chakra, which is also orange, and that is connected to our creativity. So when it comes to being creative, when it comes to creating, Archangel Chamuel is really amazing to call upon to help activate the sacral chakra, help activate the flow of inspiration, the flow of ideas, and to be in that creative zone where it's like your creative zone of genius and you just get to have fun and be creative and put things out there. And, oftentimes that is connected to taking action and doing something. So you can see how all of these things are very much related to one another. And that's a huge part of Archangel Chamuel and how you can call on him to support you. Now, 3 ways to connect with him. Let's start off by sharing the first way, which is through channel writing. Now, if you've never done that practice before, it's something that I highly recommend and that I believe that everyone has the ability to do. It's just a matter of practice. And when it comes to channel writing, it really is a matter of sitting down, pen and paper, calling upon Archangel Chamuel to come in to surround you with his energy, and then asking for guidance, asking a specific question, and then writing down the first thing that comes to mind, the first stream of consciousness that starts to flow through you. Not overthink it, not analyze it, but just writing it down. And the more that you do this, the better practice you will gain with this. I know that when I first started doing this, I would receive 1, 2, maybe 3 words, and they didn't even make sense together. It wasn't like a phrase. It was just, I don't remember exactly, but maybe something like peace and love, divine. And the real practice here was trusting in what I was receiving, even if it didn't actually make sense. Because over time, I started to receive sentences and paragraphs and actual messages that then came together. But first, it's about moving past the barrier that maybe, that says, oh, I can't do this, or it's too hard, or I can't hear anything, or whatever, and practicing tuning into yourself and trusting whatever one word comes through, write it down and keep doing that on a daily basis. Archangel Chamuel comes through in the channel writing. He comes through very strongly in channel writing, and it supports us to help us kind of have a more direct, clear, like, oh, I see this in front of me. I see the words, I see the guidance in front of me. Like I said, he's a very practical, actionable kind of angel. And so being able to have this more concrete way of receiving guidance from him helps us to then put things into practice. So that's the first way that you can develop your connection with him, is through the channel writing. Now, the second way is going to be another practical thing for you to do. And this is more so in a specific context. If you are in a space where you are trying to figure out what is the best decision for you, and you're wanting, of course, to make a decision that's aligned to your highest good, and that, maybe it's a scary decision, maybe it's something that feels very uncertain because, pathway A seems to be like it makes sense, pathway B seems like it makes sense, and you just kind of feel a little bit confused. So this is where you're going to physically go out, if you can, to a bridge. And the bridge represents, when we walk over a bridge, it represents us stepping into the pathway. So think of when you make a decision, you are creating a bridge. You're creating a bridge into this new pathway. So by crossing over, like literally walking over a bridge, if you have a bridge that's near you, and if you don't, I'm going to share what you can do instead. But if you have a bridge that you can go to, or maybe on your daily walks, you come across a bridge somewhere. And as you're walking along the bridge, feel into the energy of what is the decision that I'm stepping into. As I cross this threshold, what am I stepping into? And in this practical way, you're going to feel yourself stepping into the energy of the decision that's most aligned with you. And so, in that way, you are physically stepping into it as well as energetically understanding the decision that's actually aligned with you by taking yourself to that space and literally walking over the bridge, which literally represents you making that decision and crossing the threshold and onto that new pathway. Now, if you don't have a bridge that's next to you, or for whatever reason you can't get to one, you can do this in meditation or visually. In meditation, take yourself to a beautiful space where you are standing in front of the bridge. And as you, in your meditation, are walking over the bridge, feel into the energy. What does this bridge represent? And you can even practice, regardless of if you're doing this literally or in your meditation, but call on Archangel Chamuel and ask him to walk with you. Feel how he's holding your hand. Feel how he's guiding you over the bridge into the decision, into the new pathway that you are stepping into, and feel how you're doing it together. He's with you. And so this is another way, more practical, to be working with him and feeling his guidance and feeling how he energetically brings you into the awareness of what the decision is that's going to be for your highest good. So that's going to be the second way. And then the third way is going to be more of a sacral chakra activation practice, which is going to be for you. And I think a lot of people are going to love this, is that you're going to reach for something that represents sweetness to you, whether it's honey and like making yourself something with honey and just like having that be part of your experience. Or if you're a chocolate person like I am, maybe that's what you go for. But regardless of what you are choosing to do, connecting with either honey or sweetness, and and feeling how in the experience of you having that, whatever it is, whether it's honey or something else, that you are activating your sacral chakra. You're activating the flow of energy, the creativity to come to life, to allow that sweetness to inspire you, to bring you into a space where whatever it is that wants to be expressed through you gets to be expressed creatively. And setting an intention where, as you do so, you are calling on Archangel Chamuel to support you. You are calling upon his presence to help the activation of your sacral chakra, for that energy to open up and for you to see, okay, what's the inspiration? What's the creative flow? What is it that I'm guided to do right now? And you might feel a guidance of maybe picking up your paintbrush if that's something that you like to do creatively, or writing, or whatever it is that you like to do that's a creative project or a creative activity that helps to bring that sacral energy to life, so that you are in this expressive flow. And that's essentially a huge part of our soul's potential, and what we're here to do is to be creatively expressed and to create and to express ourselves in that way. And it doesn't have to be anything fancy or crazy or even really planned ahead. It's really a matter of picking up the paintbrush or picking up the musical instrument or picking up whatever, the pen and paper, and writing whatever it is that you feel called to create and to bring to life, you're going to activate it first by connecting with something sweet, honey, chocolate, maple syrup, whatever, whatever it is that you love. But this is a really fun and powerful way to do so. And that's the whole point behind it, is that it's fun, it's easy. I'm sure there's not a lot of resistance to doing that. And it can really help to bring that inspiration to life with the support of Archangel Chamuel. So I would love to hear from you in the comments below. Let me know which of these 3 things maybe you've already been doing or that resonated with you the most. If you go and do one of these things, let me know how it goes for you. If you have any other questions about connecting with Archangel Chamuel or any of the archangels, you can post them in the comments below. And make sure that you are subscribed to this channel so that you do not miss any other future videos. You can go check out my playlist to learn more about the archangels. And if you want to meet your angels, I have a free guided meditation that you can download by clicking the link below in the description below this video. And that is pretty much it. If you enjoy this, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and I will see you in the next video. As always, I am sending you so much love and angel blessings. Bye.